Hey, good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, John. Hello, JD.
Now, hello, everybody. Welcome to our ADT for end of February 2021. Very, very scary thought, that one. But we are on a roll. Business is booming. We're in the best business around. And this is being proven on a daily basis by all of those here. So as people continue to join in, we'll just let them come along. They will be automatically muted. Those needing to share screen, you have that authorization already, so you're welcome to go ahead when we do. And just a little bit of housekeeping rules. You'll see that we're going to be a bit tight on time today, but we're going to have we've got a packed program that is going to be very, very good. So I'm already trying to monitor my time over here. And we are going to be getting going in a second. Just some other basic rules and regulations. When it's time for you to talk, please unmute yourself because everybody is muted. And after 40 minutes, we will cut this meeting. Give us about a minute and a half just to re-sign in, and we will take off with the second session. So we are spread around the countryside by the looks of things. We have Eastern Cape, we have Natal, we have nobody from other countries that I'm aware of. If you are, please let me know. But welcome everybody. We've got a good spread of team members here today. And we are going to start, we're in business. We're in one of the best businesses available, specifically now at this time through COVID and restrictions and all the major challenges that standard brick and mortar businesses are going through. We're different. We've got a better option over here. It might not be the best model, but it's certainly one of the better models, and it's working. We are able to make a difference in people's lives every single day. And for me, that is vital. So to explain the business side of things, I'm going to hand over to Vic. And the floor is yours. Vic, please unmute yourself and take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. As you heard, my name is Vic Bender. I've been around a while. And also in the interest of time, I'm going to shorten my introduction to tell you briefly about myself as to why I'm in this business and why I'm in the position of actually trying to share the opportunity now, which is a great privilege anyway. I grew up in the mines. We grew up in the mines, my wife and I. We've been married for 55 years now. My childhood sweetheart, basically. And on the mines, they had this thing about keeping people there, because the idea in those days was that you would just get a good job and work there forever, then one day go on pension, and that company would look after you for the rest of your time. That was the theory. So to do that, the mine would have everything very cheaply. It made life very cheap for you. You could get all your sport free and all sorts of things like that. Your house was very cheap. You get free coal, lights, water. And that was great, excepting that this retirement or pension thing, which everybody was looking forward to, we saw very early that this didn't work. We saw people who had been on the mine going on pension. They've been there for like 30, 40 years, and suddenly they've got to pay for all these costs, which had been hidden until that point. And now they become very real costs. And that's a hell of a change in your lifestyle at that point in time. It's the time when you don't really need that kind of change. So we made a point, we got out of there and we went our own way. So without too much elaboration, I've been in and out of businesses all my life. I've been working as a contractor all my life. You know the story about Rolling Stones? Well, I was at Rolling Stone. I worked for a number of companies. I got a good education. I studied very hard. That got me jobs. But getting jobs is not getting security, because jobs, I found out, are only yours as long as your boss wants you to have them. When your boss is tired of you, you move on whether you want to or not. So at a point when I'd probably been retrenched a number of times, because when you jump around like I did, you're always the last one in, so you're always the first one out for some reason, whatever the reason may be. Economy dips and they get rid of people or whatever it is, you are the first one out. So I've been through this retrenchment thing. So anyone who's currently battling with that, who's been retrenched or maybe getting half salary with this COVID story. A lot of people have been put on 3-day weeks and 2-day weeks and night shifts and stuff like that. I've been through all those things. I've been through business. I've lost a lot of money in conventional businesses because of fraud of partners. So when I finally took on this business, I was very skeptical, as you can imagine. They offered me a business and I thought, man, businesses don't work, jobs don't work. So what do I do now? But when I went to the meeting, in fact, the presentation I went to, John did the presentation, you may recall. And we sort of liked what we saw. We came back, we did our homework, looked at what the company was about, and I realized that this company wasn't going to defraud me, unlike where I've been before. So we took a chance, mainly because of my wife's encouragement, and we joined the business. And Sean has spoken about the business, so I won't elaborate on that. We'll go, as I go through the presentation, it might become a bit clearer. And you know what, during this lockdown, the first 7 months of the year of the lockdown, I wasn't allowed to work as an electrician, which I am. Then they turned around and said, okay, I can go out on breakdowns. But because there were no factories working, there were no breakdowns. So I'll tell you, if it wasn't for this business as a background, we would have had no income for a lot of this time. Fortunately, this business has seen us through these very, very bad times for people. So if anyone out there is doubting that this business can keep you alive, trust me, it can keep you alive. It kept us alive. So I think without too much ado, I must try and do a screen share here and just get on with the presentation, because I know time is very short, so we're going to run out just now. So I'm going to try and share my screen, if I may. And let's see what happens.
Not seeing it yet. You do have...
Come up. Computer's pretty slow. Come on.
There we go. You're on.
Yeah, I've got to get this out of the way. That's not the screen I want you to see, though. That's the one I want you to see. So there's our screen, folks. Let me settle this down a bit. All right, so obviously the company that I'm talking about is Neolife. If you're a guest on this presentation, Neolife is our mother company. And as you see, we're on a mission to make the world a healthier and happier place. I would add a wealthier place as well, because in the modern world, without some wealth, it's very difficult to be happy and to be healthy. It's as simple as that. Money is an essential part of life. So you've decided now, as I decided, that we were going to change, we're going to do a business of our own as opposed to work for somebody. On a part-time basis, we started this. And the first thing you need to do is to decide in your mind exactly why you're prepared to go this extra mile. Why are you prepared to take the extra work on if you're doing something? If you have a job, if you're fortunate enough to have a job right now, why would you take on the extra work? To form some sort of secondary income. Well, the dreams in my case were very simple. We needed money. We had a lot of losses because of partnership fraud. In fact, that amount that I mentioned before was just short of R1 million, which I was taken for and I had to account for as a director of a company. I had to pay that back. So money for me was very essential. So if you look at dreams, money for me was the cause I joined. Oh, thank you. So if money is your reason for joining, that's very good. That's fine. It's necessary in this world. But perhaps time. In my case, I was trying to recoup my losses, and I was working like 25 hours a day, put it that way. I really was working 8 days a week and 25 hours a day, if you want to put it that way. I was really trying hard. So my family life was suffering. So time, as this man looking out the window, wondering whether he's going to get home in time for supper, time may be your issue. Time was my issue, as well as money. Maybe it's your children or your grandchildren. I've looked at costs nowadays of educating a child from that age to varsity age. I'll tell you what, if you don't have some sort of plan B from a basic salary, you're going to struggle to educate your children. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. I think even junior schools and kiddie schools are costing thousands nowadays. So you need to look at that. What about a house? Not a fancy house like this, maybe. I believe that everyone should have a house. Everyone should have a home. Your house is where you can go after a hard day's work. If you have work, and you can go and chill out and you can relax and recuperate for the next day. Maybe your house is not paid for, you want to just pay the bond off. So whatever your reason, the house, whether you want to pay it off or get another one or get a bigger one or relocate, very important as a dream. Cars are always important, especially to men. This is not my favorite car. I've had them before, good cars, but when I started out, I was riding a Mini. I still ride a Mini, in fact, but it's not my main car anymore. In my day, if I could afford a decent set of tires, I was happy. But transport nowadays is important because if you look at the current state of our public transport, and I see the taxis going around with all the windows closed and about 75 guys in there all wearing masks, no masks, should I say, I get very worried for the people in there. They are just multiplying the chance of getting this disease by going in taxi. So if you have a car, very good thing. If you want one, very good thing. Holidays. As we get older, holidays become more important. I reckon our dream now is holidays. We have a bit of all of these, but holidays are very high on our list, and we've got a couple on our bucket list. But overseas holidays, local holidays, and the beauty of this business is that if you play your cards right, you can actually get those holidays on the company. And if you talk to the senior people like John and Debbie, even ourselves, Cesar, these people have had lovely holidays at expense of the company. We were fortunate on our 50th anniversary to be on a cruise, which was totally free. It wasn't our problem. We had earned the trip, so we were on a cruise on our 50th anniversary, and we were treated like royalty because of that. Maybe during this lockdown, like me, the fridge has become your best friend, and now it's time to get rid of some of that excess weight. You just want to get healthy again and eat healthy. Our company can do that. Maybe as a good South African, all these are part of your dreams. They're all part of, or your dream is a bit of all of these, I would say. And that's probably more realistic. No one hard, fast dream at this point. Whatever. So let's look at this business. It comes down to you. It comes down to why you want to do it. And what you do is join the company Neolife. You register with the company Neolife. Now, Neolife as a company has been around for 60 years. It's actually 65 years or something. When I saw that at the presentation I went to, that was a pretty good sign that this company wasn't going to rip me off. When I saw that they're in 50 countries plus, that was just a lock-in for me. If they can be in 50 countries, no business survives nowadays in so many countries for so many years unless they are really top class. So that's where we came from, and that's why we joined. Our company also is blessed with being the first company to have a scientific advisory board. Now this advisory board, these people are very small, but these folks here are massive in the real life. These are the guys that develop all our products. Every one of our products, unless they're all happy, don't come on the market. They are peer reviewed in all these journals in the world, top journals, USDA, CDC, all of them. They print our articles. Our articles are published by these people. So they are very, very high. Dr. Arthur First developed oral chemotherapy. A few years later, decided to join our company and developed the antidote for oral chemotherapy because he realized that chemotherapy is very damaging, but basically saved millions of lives with his chemotherapy. So that's the ethics of the company. Now, we have a support system, which when companies start, 9 out of 10 times, 3 years, and a new company, unless it's very lucky, is down the tubes. The first 3 years are very tough because of a number of things. You've got to set your whole structure up to run a business. And if you're not a businessman, that takes an awful lot of doing. You've got to set your products, you've got to get your products, you've got to get your products to the market, you've got to get the market, you've got to get the IT sorted out, all these, the licensing, everything is very difficult. When you join Neolife, you actually get that all done for you. Absolutely done. Now that should be a given. That should be enough to let you just join based on that. So very, very safe company. And if you look at the products these companies deliver, we basically have a range of 4 ranges of products. So let's look briefly at the products. This is not a product seminar, so we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on products. I'm going to cover them fairly sharply. The first one in our range is the cleaning range. We have everything to clean anything that can be cleaned with water. Now, if you look at these products, Super 10, I think everybody knows what Super 10 is. LDC is a product which has become very popular amongst the green community. If you recall, a number of years back when that ship went down in the Cape and all the penguins got so badly oiled up, it was the LDC that washed them. 25,000 odd liters of PVC, of LDC for 25,000 penguins. But they saved those penguins' lives. It's used the world over nowadays for washing oiled birds, soil birds. We've got the G1, which is a washing powder, very, very, very concentrated. All these are concentrates, so we don't sell the water. You add your own water, so they're very economical. How economical? Well, let's look at this. If you look at the price comparison on just some of those cleaning products, compare our usage in the last column to the usages if you buy from your supermarket. Handy Annie, 1818 against 33 Rand. Zeb, 50 Rand against 84 Rand. Sunlight, 37 against 39. And you go down the line. Washing powder, 241 against 585. Stay Soft, if you use it, 89 cents against 250. So you can save a lot of money by joining this company and using your own products. So that's basically just a quick comparison. Talk to the person who invited you if you're a guest, and they can show you that comparison in detail, and you can take it a bit further. If you're going to clean your house, you should clean yourself as well. These are the personal cleaning products, the skin cares and stuff. If you're not using these, then probably people are sitting far away from you in groups. They're social distancing for another reason, put it that way. So very, very good. In fact, these products are superb. We have a nutritional range, which I think is second to nothing. Skrik vir niks, like they say in Afrikaans. This product range is absolutely superb. I would love to go through this, but then we need another 45 minutes just to go through this package. I'll knock on a few, like Pro Vitality. This Pro Vitality has everything in it that you need to be healthy. If you take this and add a bit of shake to it, you are tops. It's brilliant. I believe that the TNN, which is my favorite product, is probably the most underrated product in the world. And but this product, this nutritional range, are all, if you look, they come from the whole food. They're unique. They're clinically proven. They're published in scientific journals. They're used by sportsmen because sportsmen can't get busted because they're artificial. Non-GMO, brilliant, brilliant range. Lately, the product which everybody raves about is the skincare range. This is the first, basically, certified organic, clinically tested, paraben-free, 100% vegan, no animal testing, non-comedogenic, which means it doesn't clog your pores up, a very fancy word. But this is very popular. This is now popular, especially amongst the ladies. It doesn't bug me so much because I'm not so intent on looking that good anymore, but certainly my wife loves the products. So that's the 4 ranges of products. But now, with those 4 ranges of products, let's go back to what happens in this business. You register by signing up for a business kit, and immediately you're entitled to a 20% discount on that full range of products. So everything you saw in that range there, you can get for 20% less. So that's a very good deal, 20% less. So if you go to a bank to get a loan in a business, if you were starting a normal business, another business, they would ask you for a business plan. I've seen business plans which are pages and pages long, and you can never understand them. Ours are very simple. 3 daily success habits. Very simple. First one's to use your products, change your shopping habits. So that range of products there, I'm guaranteed that you people are using that somewhere right now from somewhere else. Change your shopping habits. Why buy from someone else when you can save 20% from yours? And obviously using these products gives you believability. You'll understand how well they work and how good they are. And then the next step is to share the business concept. Share with people. Once you believe in the products, you can believe in the concept. Business concept is good because you share the concept as we are doing now. And based on that, people will either look at joining your business. Maybe this person's in Cape Town. This one's in Joburg. This one could be down coast. This one could be in England. This one could be your neighbor. This one could be your friendly doctor. But if you share and you eventually end up 60, now folks, it's not going to happen like I click my fingers. But given time, you will, somewhere 6 will sign up with you. And I need to bring in a concept now. If you look at the company, we operate in 50 countries. So they have a program, their compensation program, which runs on a computer. And for ease of sake, they have given every product a point value in all the countries. The point value is the same in all the countries, so they can use one program to work out bonuses throughout the world. And they use a point system. So on the products now, when you share the business, not everybody will like the business concept, but everybody wants to save money. Those prices I'll show you in the price comparison, those are retail prices. So people can save money in retail. But people who don't want to look at the business will look at the products. And on the products, those people will become customers of yours. Now, customers are very good because customers are 20% money for you, 20% profit. The money you save on getting the kits, you convert to profit on customers in 20%. So there is your first earnings. Your first income basically is profit on customers, 20% on our retail price. Then they worked out that the average family uses about 100 PV. Now that's average. Some will use 200, some will use 600, some will use 100, some will use nothing. That's all. But let's work on an average of 100 points for demonstration's sake. Now, if you could use 100 and show each of these people how to use 100 by teaching them and by showing them how to use 100 points, what happens? The company Neolife looks at your family or your team at the end of the month, and based on this, although you've only done 100 points, they credit you with having done 700 points. That's a nice increase. You've leveraged your time a bit. Now, 700 points is worth about 700 Rand to you, profit and bonus. Now, it may sound like a small amount, but the government, in their wisdom, believes that a family can live on 350 Rand a month. That's the grant. So you've got 2 months grant there straight away. So that's not too bad. But now what happens if you would take this further and you would help one of these people? You always find a runner who wants to do better, and you can help those people become 700 point units. So this person here now, he would be earning the 700 Rand, but you have a 700 point unit. How does that affect you? End of the month, the company looks at the group again, based on your remaining 6, you and the 5, and this 700 group, they credit you with having 1,300 points. Again, a massive leverage on your 100. You've only used 100 points. That is worth about 1,400 Rand based on a small profit and bonus. Now that's a lot better. You can buy a few tires with that. You can actually put some food on your table. But what if you can now, through training, through education, through helping, teach these other people in your team how to be 700 point units? Convert them all to 700 point units. What does that mean to you? Again, the end of the month, Neolife looks at your group and they give you 6 people doing 700 plus your 100. Interesting, you've still only done 100. Your time is now leveraged something chronic because now you're being credited with 4,300 points, give or take. As I say, this doesn't happen overnight. It's just an example. 4,300 points is worth about 8,000 Rand in profit and bonus to you. If you'll notice, this is not climbing, it's just a straight line. This is climbing like this. It's climbing exponentially. Now, I stop there because that's a realistic figure for people earning in this current state. But you need to know that there's probably 15 levels above this. 15 levels above this, so you know what this company can do for you. Now, to get to this point, I, as a loner, I grew up as a lone person. I had to do a lot of personal development. For me, that was a big issue. I believed in myself and only myself. We belong to the Eagle team. And the Eagle team is the most successful team in the world, without bar none. Most successful team in the world. So the Eagle team supplies us with material, with events, with support, with additional incentives. As I mentioned, we went on a cruise, and cruises and things like that are they're always there. And if you look at this as a model, this is basically the crux of this whole presentation. You have Neolife as a distributor, 6 years old, 52 countries, 54 countries, 55 countries. You have you as a distributor base, helping people become distributors in the business. and you have the Eagle team as a support structure, this is an absolute winning combination. You can't do much better than that. So what does that leave you? You need to remember that if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. You need to do today what others want so you can do tomorrow what others can't. That's basically the change you need. Your next step, very important. You need to know why you're doing this business. You need to have an opportunity, and I'm not naive enough to say this is the only opportunity out there, but I'm long enough in the tooth to tell you that it's the best one there is. And then you need to take action, make a decision. Talk to the person who invited you to the business, make the decision, communicate with the person, and decide which of the starter kits you want. So the starter kits, have I still got a few minutes short? No.
Yeah, time's
All
about
right.
up, unfortunately.
Okay. Basically, there are 5 kits, but each kit has this as a central to all the kits. Plus, you get your first 12 months membership, and you get your own personal website. That should be enough. But obviously, time has run out for me. Talk to the person who invited you. You have 5 kits to look at. Any one of them, remember this is central to it, your own website. And I'll leave it with you, Sean. I'll give it back to you. Thanks,
Thank
folks.
you very much. Thanks, Vic. That was brilliant. And thanks for keeping the time down as well. It was amazing. And yes, people, this really is an amazing business. It has made my life so much easier, healthier. I'm fitter today than I was 20 years ago, even 30 years ago. And I think I'm probably healthier as well. So, right, time is running a little bit low here, so I'm going to speed things up a bit. We're all, generally people are living in a sick world today, in more ways than one. And I work in the medical field, so I'm seeing sick people and injured people on a daily basis. I'm not going to go too much into my bio just yet. But in my opinion, we are not eating the way that we should be eating. So we are not getting what we should be getting on a daily basis. So I'm going to share my screen over here, and we're going to do a little talk on healthy eating. And what does that mean? Do we need to supplement? And if so, how and why? So let's just get this going. So, right. I've got a couple of minutes going over here. And as I said, do we need to supplement? Why? If you're getting everything that you need in your diet, as we're told, we shouldn't really need to supplement. But the thing is, are we? Diet is what you eat. Nutrition is what your body absorbs, and it doesn't always absorb everything that you're eating. If you eat a balanced diet, you don't need to supplement. Is this true or false? It used to be true about 60 or 70 years ago. Unfortunately, it is no longer the case. Are you eating a balanced diet? I know me personally, I'm not. Therefore, I supplement. Do you know what is in the food, especially the processed food that you're eating? There's a huge amount of hidden sugars, hidden salts, hidden toxins that we're not even vaguely aware of. If you're not eating a balanced diet daily, you are missing out. There are 5 major food groups. There's probably a little bit more, and we're just going to simplify things a little bit for the sake of time. But one of your groups, vegetables and legumes or beans, fruit, proteins in the form of lean meats and poultry, fish, eggs, tofu, nuts, seeds, legumes or beans, those are all forms of protein. Grain foods, whole grain or high cereal fiber varieties, and we're not talking Rice Krispies or Oaties or those sort of things. We're talking whole grains. And then another form of protein is your dairy, which is your meat, your milk, yogurt, cheese, or other alternatives in that line. These are the sort of healthy foods that we should be eating every day. Brain food in the form of fish and things like walnuts, which is your vitamin E's. Muscles are what keep us going. This is what keeps us upright. Lungs require not just oxygen, but they require a few other nutrients as well to detoxify all the toxins and things that we're inhaling on a daily basis. Our skin, even if you don't take your skin seriously, your skin is is the biggest organ in the body, and it's something that needs to be kept healthy. Your hair and your eyes need certain nutrients as well. So does your heart. If your heart isn't beating, you're in trouble. So we need to make sure that it is keeping strong and going well all the time. Your bowels, they need to be working on a daily basis too. If they're not, again, you're in trouble. And your bones, and this is the area of the medical field that I work in, if your bones are weak, you will be meeting me at some stage, and when you meet me, you're probably in pain. You don't want to meet me in that context. So what supplements do we take? Do we go along to the local health food store and check the prices and take the cheapest things there? Not a good idea. Cheap can become very expensive. According to the World Health Organization, we need whole grains. We don't get whole grains on an easy system anymore. Now, the whole grains are the part that work on keeping your cells soft and pliable and able to absorb nutrients, process out the waste products, and just generally give you a feeling of greater energy. We have a unique supplement in that area called TreaN. After 60 years in business, this company is still the only one to produce a true organic whole grain product. Fruits and vegetables as antioxidants. This is what we should be eating on a daily basis. I don't know about you, but I know I'm not. Things like season, things like availability, things like cost all play a role. Again, Neolife, decades ahead of their time, developed a product called carotenoid complex, which has been independently tested and guaranteed to improve and boost your immune system 37% in 20 days. Brilliant product. Healthy fats. We all know about the fat out there. A lot of us have more than what we should do of the unhealthy, but we don't get enough of the healthy. And the healthy is things like your fish. Now remember as well, the oceans are full of toxins these days, so the fish that we're catching off the local coasts over here are not always healthy. This salmon oil has been tested every batch for over 200 known contaminants with a detectable rate of 0. I trust this salmon oil with my life. I have felt the difference over the years that I've taken it. Should a supplement be just a supplement? No. So Neolife again have taken food and turned it into a supplement so that we have, just as found in nature, a complete, balanced main ingredient with all the trace elements. Nature does not isolate a vitamin or a mineral. Foods we eat are not individual vitamins and minerals either, but rather a complex combination of nutrients. And Neolife have developed systems to do just that, to give us that entire complex in a handy, simple way of taking it in the form of a little capsule. So when you go shopping for supplements, if it's not from this company, at the very least, do your homework and look for supplements made from whole food. I think if you're in the general shopping areas and the health shops, you will find this a bit of a challenging task. Look for supplements that are scientifically formulated to highlight the best nutrients we need in the correct form according to nature's blueprint. There are very, very few companies out there that do that. Neolife do their homework, do the science, and give us the best that there is available. And look for supplements manufactured under a pharmaceutical license, because that means that what is put on the label is actually in the product. There's a lot of companies that cut corners as far as that is concerned. How balanced is your diet? Most of us are not scientists. A lot of us are living a rushed and stressed life, sort of like I'm going through right now, because I know I've only got 2 minutes left. A lot of us don't get the correct nutrients in our diet, in our daily diet. You care for yourself and your family. So what do you do to fix this problem? This is where our company comes in. You are a guest. Please speak to the person who invited you. They will help you further. But to simplify things, Neolife has put together a very simple little thing called the breakfast pack, which consists of a complete protein and your whole grains, fruits and vegetables, healthy fats, and vitamins and minerals, all in a very convenient little pack called the Pro Vitality. Even the children have one. Similar thing, protein drink and supplements. What is your and your family's health worth to you? If you are a guest today, please contact the person who invited you along. They will help you with a program that will be best for you. Whether you become a distributor yourself or not, that's up to you. Please note, Neolife does not prescribe any supplements to cure, treat, or prevent an illness. Should you have a medical condition, please consult a qualified medical practitioner for the correct diagnosis and treatment. Thanks very much, everybody. This is now ending the first session. We are going to bomb out in the next couple of seconds. Please don't run away. Give me about 90 seconds just to sign back in again, and we will take up the next session from there. Cesar, you will be up first. Thanks. I'm ending this right now.